Bird of the Year has a serious conservation message behind it, and it's all about raising awareness of native species. So about 80% of birds in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and 90% of seabirds are threatened or at risk of extinction. So we really need to make sure people learn about birds so that they want to protect them, protect their habitats, and take action on climate change.
Those are really significantly high numbers. So it's a bit puzzling to learn that this year you've included bats. Why bats? They are not birds.
It's true. Bats are sneaky mammals that come out at night, and New Zealand has the pleasure of having only one native land mammal, only one, and that's our native bat, or pekapeka. So they're really special, and a lot of people in New Zealand and around the world don't even know they exist. So I guess alongside protecting our amazing native birds, we want to raise awareness and help people learn about our bats as well. And when people get excited about protecting bats, well, their habitats are the same as the birds that live in Aotearoa. So I guess it's a win-win for everyone. The more people learn and get excited about nature.
Yes, and the bats have kind of taken a battering during COVID, haven't they? They haven't had the best reputation. They sort of blamed for the whole pandemic without us really knowing for sure. And I understand they are out in front at the moment in the voting.
That's right. Our latest voting update has the bats in the lead. They are soaring into being front runners. So it could be an interesting Bird of the Year finish, but I know that those birds, they're scrappy and they will fight to the very end. I'm sure we'll see the claws come out.
Oh, and there was a voter fraud scandal, talking of the claws coming out, last year. What steps have you taken to prevent it happening again?
Yeah, so Bird of the Year is no stranger to controversy. We do have occasional voting scandals, people trying to get in, rig the vote. And last year was a big one. We had 1,500 fraudulent votes for the kiwi puku-puku, the little spotted kiwi. So every year we try to make more measures in place so that that can't happen. And we even have a volunteer voting scrutineer who has a look at the data and makes sure that everything is above board, because we have to have a free and fair bird election, of course.
As long as there's no Trump bird involved, you might be able to this year.
We hope so.
We hope so. Social media, is it playing a role? Are there TikTok birds at the moment?
Absolutely. Social media is it's like the enabler of the frenzy and the cultural phenomenon that is Bird of the Year in New Zealand. We've got birds campaigning mostly on Facebook, but also using Twitter, also using TikTok, going for the youth vote. I've seen some very clever videos from the little spotted kiwi, the Antipodean albatross. And we've even got people using unconventional platforms and building profiles for their birds. So one of our birds, the mohua, or yellowhead, has a Tinder profile. So you can swipe right, fall in love with a native species.
Well, I must say, I quite fell in love with the tawaki, the fjordland crested penguin. It really sounds like it's worth saving.
Oh, absolutely. All of our penguins are incredible. We've got the smallest penguin in the world. We've got the rockhopper penguin, the yellow-eyed penguin, which is in serious trouble on mainland New Zealand. Their numbers are in serious decline. And, of course, the tawaki fjordland crested penguin. I mean, you get to vote for your top 5 favorites in Bird of the Year, and you can almost fill your tickets just with amazing penguins.
Yeah. And I have to admit, I voted, and I'm Australian, so why are you letting this be open to other countries?
Yeah, I think it's great when other people get excited about Aotearoa's amazing wildlife. And in a way, they're not just our birds to look after. They're unique species for the planet. You know, no other country on the planet has a kakapo or a kiwi or a takahe. You know, these are really special and incredible birds. And I guess everybody on the planet wants to learn about them and get excited about looking after them. That's what Bird of the Year is all about. So we love it when people all over the planet get involved. And I'm glad you voted. Can I vote? Can I ask who your favorite was?
It was definitely the tawaki. I thought it was just a bird that sort of went from air to the sea to the forests. I mean, you don't often get that. And of course, not all of your birds stay in New Zealand. So, you know, we must remember that they are kind of, as you say, owned by everybody.
It's true, yeah. I guess we have the bird with the longest continuous migration on the planet, the bar-tailed godwit, flies all the way to Alaska or Siberia and then all the way back to Aotearoa, New Zealand. So there's some pretty special stories out there of our international travelers. Of course, people all over the planet will want to get involved.
Absolutely. So when do they need to get their vote in by, and how do they vote?
So the key place to go to is birdoftheyear.org.nz. That's where you can see all of the candidates and find out more about who might be your favorite. So just enter an email address to vote. And all the voting closes on the 31st of October. So make sure that you vote before then.
Great to chat, Laura. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Bev.